The Nintendo Partner Showcase wrapped up just a few minutes ago, so I wanted to jump in and share my thoughts with you. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Was worth it? Or is there any game you are actually excited to play? Now that the event is over, there are a few things I want to talk about. First of all, was this Nintendo Direct bad? Not really. There were some solid announcements, and a few of them genuinely caught me off guard, especially knowing they're coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. That said, not everything was great as might seem. And just to be clear, I'm not saying the games that were announced are bad. A good example is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which originally launched on February 29 of 2024 on the PS5. I don't think many people expected to show up on Nintendo Switch 2 this soon. At this point, we got Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core on the Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2. Also, Final Fantasy VII Remastered on the Nintendo Switch 2, and now Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which continues the Final Fantasy VII Remake story. Both Remake and Rebirth are exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2, not the Nintendo Switch 1. And that's a huge win because it also gave us a clear idea of the kind of games we can expect from the console moving forward. Then, there is the Resident Evil 9 Requiem, along with Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8. Honestly, there wasn't much new information here. They mostly confirmed the Grace and Leon amiibo, which unlock weapon skins when scanned. Other than that, there's still no demo, and the release date remains February 27. We also saw Pragmata, which we already knew would be launched on the Nintendo Switch 2 as a day one. This was his first time appearing in a Nintendo event, and they finally confirmed the release date, which is April 24. On top of that, the demo is available today on Nintendo Switch 2. I will be checking it out in both handheld and dock mode, and probably doing a short video on it if you want to keep an eye on the channel. Another one was Monster Hunter Story 3, which also dropped a demo today. It looks great, and yeah, I've been giving that a try too. Then there's the Digimon Story Time Stranger, and I won't lie, the trailers sold me. The music, the art style, and the visuals all look solid. Even though it's coming to both Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2, they confirmed that quality mode runs at 4K with HDR at 30 FPS, while performance mode hits 1080p at 60 frames per second, which is a nice option to have. This is one I'll definitely be following. There were also plenty of other games that look good, like Turok Origins, eFootball Kickoff, Super Bomberman Collection, Valheim, and Captain Tsubasa 2, which actually looks pretty fun. We also got a bunch of Bethesda ports, including Fallout 4, Indiana Jones, and the one that surprised me the most, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. All of this shows a new phase for the Nintendo Switch, where developers are clearly supporting the console and bringing in games for different types of players. That part is exciting, and it makes me curious about what else could be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 in the future. Now, let's talk about two games that stood out to me the most. The first one is Orbitals, which might honestly be my favorite announce of the whole Direct. It's a co-op game with an 80s anime-inspired art style, and it looks awesome. The gameplay feels very It Takes Two-like, which makes it clear that it's meant to be played with someone else. It's exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, but it supports GameShare, so Nintendo Switch 1 players can still join locally or online. For me, this was easily the strongest way to open the event. The second one is Tokyo Scramble, and with this one left me with mixed feelings. At first glance, it looks like a survival horror game where a girl gets trapped in a ruined city that's now full of dinosaurs. Not a brand new concept, but it definitely grabbed my attention. Then I rewatched the trailer on Nintendo's YouTube channel, and
Huh?
yeah, my reaction was basically like, what the freak? That song feels completely out of place. It honestly made me rethink better if I buy it or not. It's a weird choice, but I'm curious, so what do you think? A lot of these games look good, but was a full direct really necessary? I get that it was a partner showcase, but some announcements felt unnecessary. Hollow Knight, for example, we all love it, and getting a free Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade is awesome. Huge respect to Team Cherry. Still, it's not the same as announcing a brand new game. The same goes for Reanimal, which has a demo available for a while now, and barely got any attention in here. Then there's the console archives titles like Rape Racer, Doraemon, Sonic Wings, and Ninja Gaiden 2. I'm not saying these are bad games, but they easily could be announced for the Nintendo Switch 1. This is where the Direct started to feel path. It opened strong with Orbitals, followed by the big Final Fantasy VII reveal, but after that, the energy slowly dropped. I don't have anything against Bethesda, but I don't think ending the event with those ports really landed as a big finale. And that's what leads me to this. If we only count the announcements that truly felt like Nintendo Switch 2 level reveals, for me it was basically Orbitals and Final Fantasy Rebirth. I love the rest are older games, like Fallout 4 is a decade old. Resident Evil 7 and Village have been out for years, and most people excited for Resident Evil 9 have probably already played them. Even Oblivion, despite being a 2025 remaster, is still a game from 2006. These are games you can already play on other platforms. Opt them for cheaper. I get that ports take time and money, but as the first Nintendo Switch 2 Direct of the year, this didn't quite hit the expectations. And on top of that, we saw nothing from the Duskbloods or Elden Ring. Instead, we got more Resident Evil Requiem and Pragmata. Again, not bad games, but there wasn't much new to say about them, right? This isn't about hating on Nintendo or the games shown, but I do think the event could be better. A lot of people are now expecting a general Nintendo Direct later this month, hopefully factoring the games we were actually waiting for, along with first party games like Yoshi, the Fire Emblem, Rhythm Heaven, Professor Layton, the Duskbloods, Splatoon Riders, or Elden Ring. And none of these have release dates yet, which makes me wonder if some of them might get delayed, especially since they're all supposedly coming this year. The upside is that developers may be taking their time to make sure these games launch in the best possible state, and that's something I can respect. Still, it's interesting that Nintendo hasn't said more yet. For now, all we can do is wait for the general Nintendo Direct and see what Nintendo has planned for the next few months of the Switch 2. And just to be clear, this isn't hate. I just think today's event could have been stronger. Let me know in the comments which game you're the most excited to play. I'm Balx, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.